Okay, so identify three things that changed and stayed the same over time. So the first thing that I had that changed was women equality. So in the Paleolithic era, most societies, and regions, they were egalitarian. And when you come over here to the Neolithic era, the patriarchal societies became a thing, which men had the most power, and they basically ruled everything. And the thing that stayed the same was
the use of weapons and tools. And I believe that stayed the same because in the Paleolithic era, they use bows, like bow and, no, not bow and arrow. They use bows, they use clubs and stuff to take out animals and things like that. And then the Hittites will still use the weapons and tools because they would conquer other lands. And then, but with using chariots, and then there was the Neolithic era, they used tools. I believe they started using tools for farming and to help the farming gain more a surplus.
Excellent job.
okay. So for the next one, I have
Different.
the next thing that I had that changed, I had there was a religious change. So most societies in the beginning of time, they were polytheistic, meaning they worship many gods. And then I believe with the Hebrews and the how do you pronounce it?
Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism, they come around with their beliefs, and they were monotheistic, and Judaism were too, meaning they only worship one God. And then the thing that stayed the same.
Something else that stayed the same were permanent settlements, because in the Neolithic era they started using permanent settlements to expand, I guess you could say. And then they kept using permanent settlements during the patriarchal society, and basically everything after the Neolithic era used permanent societies to maintain order and stability. That way it wouldn't be like, oh, we're gonna be moving around, so we're not gonna have everyone in order. So as if you were to be switched. So like I was saying, for an example, is if we left a different class every 5 minutes, it wouldn't help maintain the organization because we'll just be spreading around, moving every time.
Good job.
Okay, so for the final thing that changed over time were social hierarchies. Okay, so Neolithic, Paleolithic era, you guys know that at the top of the chart, the triangle, that we use to help us more. Kings, I remember kings being at the top of the chart. Then the Aryans, they had their own social hierarchy, which they called their caste system. And for that one, priests were at the top. And so, yeah, for that one, yeah. One more thing that stayed the same.
One more thing that stayed the same was trade, because the pastoral society, they started trading with others and trading, and then interregional trade between Mesopotamia and Egypt. Now the Nile River traded with others, and I think trading would have always stayed the same as it does to this day, because when you trade it, it's like if I have resources that he has, if I have resources that he needs and he has resources that I need, we're gonna keep on trading because we need those resources to keep expanding.
Yeah.
So I think trade will probably never go away. And I think
That is
that's
correct
one of-
already, son. That's an excellent viewpoint. Keep going. You're
and I
doing
think That's one
fantastic.
of the reasons why it stays the same.
Okay, beautiful. 3 direct comparisons.
So make 3 direct comparisons and differences. So we have the Zhao and we have the Hittites. So the Zhaos, things that were different between them. The Zhao, they used the mandate of heaven. Hittites did not. They had a lot of cultural achievements such as poetry, history, rituals, and poetic essays. Now the Hittites, they used weapons to gain territory. For war, they use chariots, and also when you use chariots in war, it helps you expand way faster than you would if just walking or whatever. They also broke into smaller groups known as the Neo-Hittites, city-states, and the similarity we got between those, they overthrew different regions, like the Zhao overthrew the Shang to gain territory.
Mm-hmm. And who did the Hittites overthrow? Hittites were nomads that interrupted Egyptian culture. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that is correct. Nice job, you guys. All right. Identify 3 major turning points.
Turning points. We have iron metallurgy. Iron metallurgy was a big turning point because it helped people's weapons and tools to get strength and help, like, build, conquer more territory.
Was that before or after permanent settlements?
That was after, Yes, after. It was after.
That is correct.
Yes, it was after. Another one we had, it was Hammurabi's Code, which a lot of, like, region societies used to, like, help, like, keep,
Order and stability.
Order and stability.
Through their civilizations, because
Why do we need order and stability
because
and protection?
If we didn't have order and stability, it would be kind of like everyone's ruling themselves, and no one would pay attention to direct rules. So as if I hit Tristen in the face and no one's gonna tell me anything, then we're just gonna keep on doing it, and that's gonna cause chaos.
Absolutely correct. And the other thing too is there's a large amount of individuals accumulating a lot of resources at the top of the social disparity and the social hierarchy. So we need protection. We need, like you said, people are starting to trade. They're merchants. People need protection. People need laws. Third turning point?
Origins of writing.
Okay.
Origins of writing was a big turning point. Origins of writing, they helped build architecture. The pyramids, they help people communicate in different ways. Another thing that Origins of Writing did, they
wrote down history as they're making history, is what I read, because Origins of Writing, so we're gonna be writing everything that's going on. So,
records.
yeah, like records, so it won't happen again. So if me and Tristan went to war, I'm gonna write that down. Why we went to war, so we won't have to go to war again and keep on trading.
All right. Okay. That it? Yeah, that sounds like it. Armando, excellent student. Grab your question, the question that you have that I gave you. Read your question.
How did the origin of
Slow down.
How did the origin of agriculture affect history?
Origins of agriculture. Agriculture is like domesticating animals and creating crops. So that helped a lot with the Neolithic revolution, because they didn't have enough surplus of food. So as they started to domesticate animals and they started to farm, that gave a chance for the rest of civilizations to learn from it, and now everyone's having a surplus of food and could work at a good pace.
Did he answer your question correctly? Mr. Tapia, another excellent student. Question?
Why was a ruler seen as the link between heaven and earth?
Say it again, louder.
Why was a ruler seen as the link between heaven and earth?
I believe the answer to that question. Can you repeat it one more time?
Why was a ruler seen as the link between heaven and earth?
I believe the answer to that question is because people saw their ruler, who are at the top, as God, I guess you could say. They're God, basically. Like in like the dynasties, because the mandate of heaven. So they felt like their ruler was their God, basically connecting them to them.
Is that correct? Aaliyah, do you have a question? Ron, do you have a question? Rylan, do you have a question? I gave you a question, right, to say. Do you have it?
When did Homo sapiens emerge on earth?
Slow down, louder.
When did Homo sapiens emerge on earth?
About 3 to 4 million years ago.
That's hominids. That's okay.
Was it Homo sapiens? Didn't they emerge like
100 to 300,000 years ago. Okay, that's all right, but he was close. Jalen, question? Isabella, question? You shouldn't be doing that. You should have been ready already. You should be listening to the presentation. Isabella, question?
What led to the evolution of Homo sapiens?
What led to the evolution of Homo sapiens? Next question, Ronnie.
Illustrate the importance of Shang dynasty and period.
Illustrate the importance of the Shang dynasty in period 1.
I remember from reading my cards that the Shang dynasty, I know that they were the first ever, like region or whatever to produce silk. And we still use silk to this day, so that continued from that point to
Stop.